So much. DeKalb County Sheriff saying their hearts go out to their colleagues in Clayton County. That's where a police officer is among the dead after a violent night. Just after 9, police rushed to a neighborhood in Rex, Georgia. Moments after finding a child shot in the face, someone started unloading on those officers. Listen to that gunfire. Our Tori Cooper live in that neighborhood where the shooting is over right now and the investigation's underway. Tori, what are the neighbors telling you right now?
Yeah, Karen, the neighbor I spoke to lives right next door to this house you see behind me. This is where the Clayton County Police Department says that deadly domestic disturbance call happened. I'm going to step out of the shot so you can fully get a picture. I want to paint this for you. This is what the resident told us. He said just before 9 o'clock, he heard a couple out here arguing on the front porch where you see that no trespassing sign. He said shortly after he heard several gunshots. He says once that stopped, he came outside of his house, and that's when he found a woman shot on his front yard. It was a chaotic night for residents who live along Jervis Court in Clayton County.
I heard a couple outside on the porch arguing, and then about 10 minutes later, it was a lot of shooting.
This resident did not want to show his face, but he says once he heard the gunshots stop outside of his house, he came out to see what was happening on his street.
Seen a young lady laying in the grass out here, shot.
We had calls of possible gunfire, domestic violence, and persons down at a residence. The initial responding uniformed patrol officers were actually met by a 12-year-old juvenile who had been shot in the face.
Clayton County police say seconds later, the suspect shot at 2 officers who took cover and made it to safety. The suspect fled on foot behind the home and was eventually cornered by Clayton County field training officer Henry Laxon and Officer Alex Chandler. The suspect shot and killed Officer Laxon and wounded Officer Chandler in the hand.
My heart aches for every police officer and their family that goes through these type of things, and these things just shouldn't happen.
Police then shot and killed the suspect behind the home. This neighbor now telling us that suspect is also his neighbor.
The kids, I knew him because I let him jump on my trampoline in the back. He had 3 little boys.
He says the 12-year-old boy who was shot in the face was one of his neighbor's 3 sons. He says the woman who was shot to death on his lawn was his neighbor's wife. And he says another woman who was living inside his neighbor's house was also shot and killed. Police say the victims involved in the dispute were related, but they still have not said how.
There are no suspects outstanding, but we did find multiple victims, an additional 2 adult females that he killed prior to engaging our officers.
Yeah, certainly quite the family dynamic, yet to be confirmed by police. But police did say that the victims who were involved in this dispute were related. They just, again, did not say how. They say that they're going to wait so they can properly notify the family members of those victims. And then that's when they will hopefully be providing us some names of the suspect as well as the victim. As soon as we get that, we'll share it with you right here. Reporting live in Rex, I'm Tori Cooper, CBS 46 News.